Once again, rail travel is disrupted. I thought we were already in the middle of a strike, so to put out flood warnings and point out that parts of the main line to Wales are closed, I would have thought parts of the main line to Wales are no longer working because of the strike. And maybe this tells us a little bit more. Heavy rain has led to disruption around the network, rendering some parts impassable, landslips, damage to trees. GWR is mostly affected. That takes everything up to Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Reading, Taunton, Didcot. Didcot Parkway, Bristol, and Oxford. And there will be long delays. That's if the trains are running at all. And this exposes the problem of these endless strikes. So if you've got strikes and then you've got a natural problem, again, what can you rely on? You can't rely on the train service. And I think the train companies have got into such a habit of just shrugging and saying, oh, nothing's working, and then expecting you to make your own way back from wherever you are with a taxi or whatever you can possibly muster up, or stay the night in a bed and breakfast or hotel. And it means nothing can be planned. And this has a roll-on impact elsewhere. I remember last year while I was doing Panto, and it just meant that I couldn't go home for Christmas, I couldn't go home for the New Year. It was completely debilitating. And it became impossible to plan anything. And then this year, of course, I'm just stuck at home because it's impossible to plan anything. You can't make any plans. People say, the sites say check before you travel. Well, what's the point? Because once you start travelling, you're still going to find yourself in a mess. And it's either going to be leaves on the line, flooding, or more likely, strikes. And the people who don't get hurt by the strikes, the people who don't find themselves out of pocket because of the strikes, are the management of the rail companies, because they've taken insurance and government handouts to make sure that they can, quote, survive this process. They might survive this process personally, but they are destroying the railway network. They're destroying it completely. And I think much longer of this and we will have no rail. And then how will we get around? Because not everybody has a car, not everybody knows how to drive. I don't know how to drive. I've never driven in my life. I was very happy on a tractor. That's about as far as I got. Trying to convert the skills of driving a tractor into driving on a public road have always defeated me. So I've never sat behind the wheel of a motor car, and I thought that would be a perfectly agreeable way of getting around. Because I could rely on the trains. I can't, because the trains don't work. So I think I'm fast becoming a sort of gnome up in Rugby.